Hey, Krista, have you figured out what planner you're going to use for 2026 yet?
Actually, yes, I have done a lot of research on this and I've settled on the planner that's actually developed by someone I studied with at a Demetra George retreat. It's called the Honeycomb Almanac.
That's amazing. Honeycomb almanacs are the only astrology planners that give you planetary movement data in any time zone you want and starting from any month of the year. And that's what's really special. You're able to customize your almanac with your own natal chart included, so your unique natal transits are printed right alongside the collective transits. That way, you can actually find out which parts of the year are going to impact your specific chart.
Honeycomb is actually one of the only almanacs and calendars that are not mass produced. Instead, each of them is actually made to order in whichever one of their partner print facilities is closest to you. So they work with printers in the US, the UK, the EU, and Australia with free shipping to the US and affordable options in other locations worldwide.
Which is so wonderful. And if you're not
Yeah.
a like paper planner person, which I love my paper planners, I write things in many different colors. I am a highlighter type of person. It comes with me everywhere. But if you're not, totally reasonable. They also offer personalized digital PDFs starting at just $10.
This is your astrology and everything where you can write in your magic in between the lines and do so many amazing timing techniques, secondary progressions, zodiacal releasing, anything you can think of. They don't specifically go with just one type of astrology, but there is some Hellenistic technique in there that I just adore.
It's really cool because these almanacs are also really, really good for like beginners, dabblers, such as myself, all the way up to you, who is a professional astrologer. So no matter what level you're at, if you really want to get more intentional with your year, you want to head over to honeycomb.co.
Enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to the Alchemist Inkwell.
This is your spiritual podcast for grounded people.
I'm Emily, and I'm in HD now.
Yeah, you are. I'm KristaLyn, and I'm the same. My camera's pretty good, but
So if you saw the last podcast episode, you saw that I was on my phone, and that was an experience to be had. And straight up, I did not do anything. I could not fix my internal camera situation on my computer, so I went and purchased an HD one. So now you can see all the my little hairs and such happening. So that is why it looks all pretty. But out of nowhere, in the middle of a reading, like a couple days later, my camera just came back. So I don't technically need this, but now you get me in bonus colors, which is apparently what we were going for, I guess.
Yep.
If you're watching this. If you're not watching this affects you nothing at all. And so if you're not watching this on YouTube, you don't need to see this. It's fine.
Yeah. Actually, you should. You should watch it because the outfit is perfect today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we're recording this pre-Christmas. You're listening to it post-Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm bejeweled in Christmassy lights. They actually do light up. I wonder if I can make them light up.
I had a
they
feeling
might be out of battery, but we'll see. We'll see.
Look at that.
I know. It's like
So
my
fancy.
hair was hiding it. Oh, so fancy, of course. Oh, it does light up still a little.
Yay!
Look, now they're kind of lit up. See?
I see it. I see it. I see what you're
Like I
going
can
for.
like kind of make it dark-ish so you can see in a little.
Yeah. Aw, they blink. They blink.
Yeah, they do blink.
That's nice. So just so everybody at home knows, they blink. I saw them light up.
I'm wearing a necklace of Christmas lights, by the way. That's like what is happening again. We should be narrating this for people who are not listening with their eyeballs. Anyway, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. This is the New Year episode, right? Or the one that's going to be right before New Year's.
Right?
It's
it'll be
like
on the
the December 28th episode, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy just about New Year's, everybody.
Almost New Year, right? Is that right? No, I need to look.
I'm
at
pretty
the
sure it's the
calendar.
28th. Yeah.
Because
Guys, we prepped so hard for these episodes. I promise. It's going to come out on the 29th. So I was wrong, but not too wrong.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to talk
That's
about the
numbers.
New Year. We're talking about New Year stuff. This
I do magic words and stars. Numbers, meh.
Yeah. I have to visually see the calendar in my brain and go through the days in order to.
That's what I thought I did, but the calendar I was looking at started on Sunday.
Yeah, and then you're screwed. What are you gonna do?
Yep, it's not my fault.
So we're recording this a little bit early because we also are taking a break.
Yay!
I know, wild. So we're actually recording this on the day of the new moon. You remember that new moon? It's wild. We're there right now. So we're in the past and we're sitting there. And it's right before the solstice, so the energy is absolutely
Spinny.
funky. It's a funky energy. And we're experiencing that. So this episode could be real chaotic. This is your warning. Prepare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it won't be.
Here's the thing, like, we are here. We have prepared things for you. Like, I promise we've done our due diligence. And also, we're feeling goofy. So, yeah.
Yes, we are. We are feeling goofy. We are going to talk through some of our 2026 predictions. I want to say really quickly off the jump that I know both of us have predictions we will not be making on here, that we do talk about in like our Patreon, in our group classes, things like that. The reason is we are very, very conscious of the findability of things like this by people who may not be in a mental space to hear some of those predictions. Not saying that they're all bad, but we speak a lot of like our political style opinions and where we think the world's going and those types of things. We speak of those things kind of in a opt-in space. So we consider Patreon that, or our classes that, because those opinions sometimes are like, you know, could cause someone harm without our intention of doing so. So we make sure that there's a consent piece. That's why we don't put a lot of them out on TikTok or Instagram either. Like we'll talk about some of them, but if there's like bigger world predictions or like where we think the country's headed or those kinds of things, we tend to do those behind those walls. Even on my free Patreon, like if you want to follow that, and I know Krista also probably shares some stuff on your free tier too, even that will be enough, but it's just something that allows you to have that layer of consent. So if you're like, why didn't you talk about insert thing here, chances are good we have thoughts on that, we've channeled on it, we just don't talk about it on the very free, public, far-reaching platform for everyone's safety and mental health and comfort. So just so
One
you
thing
know.
I will support that with. Here's some astrology we can talk about that's going to be culminating pretty early on in 2026. It's going to be in February. Late February, you will have the perfection of the conjunction between Saturn and Neptune. Mental health and not getting stuck in spiritual psychosis and bypassing and all that kind of stuff is going to be important.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of situations, and I'm going to put this one on the podcast because I think it's important just in general. There's going to be a lot of situations where people are going to be like, oh my God, we're seeing it already with just social media posts about 2026 and how it's an ascension portal and like all this other stuff. Sorry to people who like people who post that kind of stuff. But like they don't talk about how
cynical because we've lived in that a really long time. That's why we're cynical about it. Like, just so
and like,
anyway.
Is it an ascension portal because you're going to do the work and you're going to transform from the inside out? Sure. But they don't talk about that part. They're talking like you're just going to get whisked away to this non-existent, but to this space that doesn't have to feel the here and now. And that's not how life works. That's not how the existence that you came here for works. If we want to lean in very spiritually, you came here on purpose. You belong here. You're doing stuff. And to opt out, to me, it feels like sad because we would miss out on all the stuff that everyone gets to do. But the first thing that I want to say for 2026, and always, discernment in your spiritual trust and where you place it.
No, I actually, to kind of support that too, I was looking at the energy because we had that like timeline split back at the beginning of November, and it was kind of the big one that I was kind of looking at, and we talked about it years ago. Where I'm like, that's going to happen. And I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. It happened. And basically, it's just kind of the pulling apart of two collective timelines. Don't stress about it. It's okay. You're fine. You're listening to this. You're fine. Don't be like, am I on the wrong one? You're fine.
You're
fine.
Still in the good place because I think we are. So.
Yeah, we're all together. But what I will say is we're going to see a lot of people, especially in 2026, either really lean in and be very grounded with their spiritual approach, really see this and be like, oh my gosh, there's so much proof of this. I want to experience this. I'm ready. I have the energy recuperated to really navigate all of my spiritual stuff, navigate my mental health stuff, like really make real change. I think we're going to see a lot of people make individual real change in 2026. And we're going to see the flip side, people that want to use spiritual bypassing as their main rooted thing of just, it can just take it all away. Spiritual bypassing is incredibly dangerous. We've talked about it on here before, but it leads to spiritual psychosis. It leads to a lot of cultural appropriation. It leads to a lot of like even some white supremacy to like alt-right pipeline style stuff a lot of the time, because there is so much energy of like, well, I'm just going to ignore all the dark stuff. And especially this year, there's going to be a lot of stuff that, one, I think our magic, I mean, it's increasing year over year over year. Even just looking back, if you want to go back and listen to our prediction episode from last year at this time, we talk about that too, but you can see how much different has happened in just this year. Our magic is increasing tenfold every year, so drastically. Much. Even just personally, the things that I've developed this year, the techniques that I've been downloaded and actually used, have changed my life massively, one. And two, are stuff that a year ago I never could have even imagined, and now it feels so accessible and so usable, and I'm excited for those things to continue to magnify. But that goes for all of us, and that also goes for people who aren't necessarily spiritual. Like, more things are going to start showing up of a spiritual nature in people's scope that is not, they're not into that, and that's going to result in some really weird things.
And here's the thing, like, to your point, right? 2 points that I want to make. One, you have to mind your magic, because magic is a natural thing in the world. It's always been there. And now it's almost like we're falling back into our affinity with it naturally. So it's just, it's there, it's available. And if you use it consciously or unconsciously, it will do the thing, right? So you have to be conscious with it as much as possible, which leads me to the other point that I wanted to make, in response to and supporting what you had said about the individual experience of magic. I said this on our last Inkspill before Christmas, and I'm going to say it again here. The individual experience is going to be very important, because you cannot control the collective experience as much. The way you contribute to the collective experience is by being the best version of the individual that you are, and you have to figure that out individually. Do not outsource your power. Don't blame other things for things that you have more power than you imagine. It's that Christopher Robin quote. Oh my gosh, that Christopher Robin quote. Say that 3 times fast, I swear to goodness.
Christopher Robin quote. Christopher Robin quote. Christopher Robin quote.
Yes, okay, I feel validated.
No, you're good. I said it once and was really astonished, actually.
Right,
so.
Yeah, I was really impressed. But the whole, you're braver than you believe, you're smarter than you think, and stronger than you feel, I think is how that quote generally goes. You are. Let that be one of your mantras going into 2026. And remember that. I learned it the hard way in 2025, and it has been life-changing for me. And I'm hoping that I learned it earlier, because it is something that I can now help other people and support other people in learning throughout 2026. But dang, yes, at first it's like, oh, I don't have help for this. And then second, it's like, but I already know what to do, and I can handle this. And like, I become so much prouder and more confident in my own abilities, because I didn't need the help at that point. That's why it wasn't there. So things to keep in mind. I'm getting a little bit riled up about it, but I really believe in you, and I want you to be able to have your power.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm writing down my pings that I got from what you're saying. If I'm looking down,
that's why I was doing it earlier. I got my little whiteboard out. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, for anybody who wonders how we do this. Yeah. Yeah, so that's some of the start stuff. I'm just gonna let you say your stuff before we move on to next things.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here's some of the stuff I got. Some of it is silly, some of it is more serious. So we're going in there. The individual focus was my number one, right? Like this year is going to be a very heavily, not like an individuation of like, you know, individualized exceptionalism like we usually have in the United States. I mean, like focusing on your own growth and development, realizing one person can have a big impact, and like developing that. Yeah, developing that in your own individual sphere, like really growing your own magic, growing your own creativity. I do think that we are going to see like a resurgence in like artistic small business level stuff, but trading tangible product. It is a tangible product, not physical storefront, but tangible product resurgence like it was in COVID.
Yeah, you know that was one of my calls last year. And I think it started coming back. You actually see people trading more. But I think we're going to see it become more community big this year too. Yeah. And I can support that with astrology too. So.
Oh, I love that. I love that very much. I think we're going to see a platform like MySpace come back. The children
I think so too.
Yearn for the MySpace. I actually think that that's going to be Facebook's next approach. I think Facebook is going to MySpace it. I know.
I like that a little bit less.
I do too, but I really do think that's where it's going, because we're seeing this I think the corporations and stuff are seeing the stripped back approach no longer working. For a while, this like modernized business chic-y stuff was like really like good, and now we want a lot of like chaotic kind of maximalism style things. And I will say, I have 3 teenagers. The things they yearn for, and I mean this with my whole chest, MySpace. The teens would love MySpace. All it is aesthetics with them. That's all they want. They just want their things to look aesthetic, that's all MySpace
That's
is.
what
So
we learned
MySpace with an
HTML with
algorithm.
MySpace.
Yeah, I truly think we're going to see that come back, and I predict it here. So when it does, tag us. And a revival of Glee, and I mean that wholeheartedly as well. I don't know if we'll get a revival of Glee this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement about it or some other singing show in that sense. Yeah. But the children yearn for a revival of Glee, like very, very much so. Yeah. And I could see both of those things happen very significantly this year.
Yeah, I've been feeling something similar to that too. So I'm going to just throw my little hat with you on that one to say I agree. I think especially when it gets into storytelling, whether that's in the form of new video games that come out, of poets that start emerging, of the kind of stories that lean a little bit more towards fantasy angles and things, the massive world building kind of stories feel like they're going to be really important this year. Kind of receiving, for the sake of sounding a little bit of woo-woo, receiving upgrades through escapism or activations through escapism. By the way, there's a book coming out in the summer that's going to give you this really well. It's called La Custa. It's by someone who's an amazing psychic activator. The best and the first one I had ever heard of. And honestly, as far as psychic activators go, you're welcome.
You so much.
Yes. But I see this because, and I'm going to explain this a little bit astrologically. The ruler of the first house in the Aries ingress, kind of shows a direction for the year, and sometimes gives you the Lord of the Year. It's not the case in this one, because the direction of the year is very much reiterating the art, the internal, all of that personal activation stuff, because the ruler of the chart is Gemini, ruled by a Mercury exactly conjunct. It's Mercury retrograde, exactly conjunct to the degree the North Node in Pisces, where Mercury is detriment and fall, but we find some of the best creative work of Mercury emerges there, right? It thinks outside of the boundaries. So this is really cool. It's got other connotations to it too. It brings the good and the bad. Years have all the things. But one of the things I think we will do individually with this Mercury, or you could do individually with this energy that's going to be there, is to lean into that. And again, the idea of aesthetic, what non-necessarily tangible things that don't go into specific words, can I use to express myself? That's very Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So I can see that for sure. There's a couple other things that I can see that would support that as well. So for now, that's the astrology. There's more, obviously, but that's one of the points.
I think so. Next prediction, I'm gonna keep it with the silly a little bit. I have some other like not as silly ones. So, but we're gonna keep it silly a little bit. I think piracy in all forms is gonna have a moment, and I mean piracy of music and movies. I mean physical piracy, where we're gonna see pirates pop back up. Like literally, like I think we're gonna have another hit like 2020 on TikTok, where there was the buy pirate trend. I think we're gonna have something else like that pop up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they announce a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie with all new cast that has nothing to do with the same storyline.
They've already talked to people about that one.
See, there we go. So, piracy resurgence. That's a big one in all the ways. In all of the ways for this year.
Well, and again, that plays into some other stuff that we see with, you'll hear a lot of astrologers talking about the Uranus-Pluto trine that's going on. Yes, it's pretty interesting. But what Uranus does is it goes against the grain. It forces progress. It uplifts things that need to shake up foundations and reform them. With this trine with Pluto, that amplifies that in a very unique way. Honestly, they haven't trined with these specific signs. I couldn't find it since like 500 BC. I did search. They've tried in air signs. They flipped the script before. So, there's stuff we could research to get some idea, but this exact energy, far as I've been able to find in the recorded history of charts and stuff, I have not found this exact situation. There are some other things that in history, when Uranus goes into Gemini, which it's going to do and stay in Gemini in 2026, we see the people, the population say, hey, no about something. And they do what they need to do in certain cases, or in, whatever's available to them in the culture at that time, to fix it, to change it. And so that's an interesting thing to be thinking about.
Yeah, I love that. I'm really excited for this. Actually, I love when things haven't happened for thousands of years and then we get to experience it.
Yeah, we have a lot of those
For
happening.
better or worse.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of those happening in the last couple of years, but especially 2026, there's a couple outer planet cycles and other things that are going on. And timing wise, like the timing techniques also pop off from the triplicity shift and all this other stuff. It's wild. It is.
Yeah. Two more my weird ones.
Yay. Yes.
I think there's going to be some big ancient discoveries this year that change what we know about how ancient cultures actually functioned. I think we're going to have, like, and not in like a, oh, they actually did trade with this people. I mean, like a bigger level, like shakes
societal structures were different than we thought they were.
Correct. Or like foundational things where we're like, whoa, this changes our timeline of humanity, or something. And like very mainstream, like gonna come out in normal news. Like normal people who don't follow archaeological stuff like I do, like a weirdo, will absolutely like that's a hyperfixation of mine, so I'm always up on all what's going on with each archaeological dig everywhere. But I really think that that's gonna be like it's gonna hit like the mainstream space. Very huge. So is it Cleopatra's year? It might be.
Well, I was gonna say, I see water when you talk about it.
Yeah. So
like it's an underwater discovery.
Yeah. Is this a refiner too? Maybe. I think one of them's going to come out of Egypt, and I think one's going to come from somewhere else. I think there's going to be and I also think that we're going to have a huge revival of having physical media, which is going to lead to video stores opening back up.
Oh. That's interesting. That would be, could you imagine?
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I think it's not going to be the same way. Like, it's not going to be the same way where you would walk in and rent the movie, whatever. But especially with things like the Switch 2, where all of the stuff is like very digital and those types of things, I think there's just going to be this like big push to having that physical media stuff.
Yeah.
And having, I think honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix starts to open them first, which is horrible. But I do think they will, so that you can check out their specific like physical media of their stuff that they've created. And like they're already removing some of the stuff they've created. So like, I think it's going to be really cool in that way, but I also think it's going to also be like a way to get like digital codes to type that in to watch it for a certain amount of time and like those kinds of things. But it feels like it's a physical store. I think it'll probably also have like a blend into also the ability to like maybe purchase retro gaming equipment there, or like rent the retro gaming equipment so you can also rent the game, like those kinds of things. But I don't know exactly how it comes up, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least a couple like physical media video stores open up this year.
Yeah, I totally agree with the wavelength of like nostalgic stuff kind of coming back in a revamped way. MySpace being an example, but I definitely see like even in the clothing trends, there's like one of the things I'm seeing is boots coming back in a new way. Yeah,
my daughter got excited. I'm not shitting you. She got excited about finding a lace cami, like the tank tops, like with the lace, and she was like, "I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited to wear it. It's so cute." And I was like, "You need 3 more." You have to layer them.
You have to layer
you can't
them.
Just have
and then you need a t-shirt that goes under them. And then
I was like, no. And I was like, no, you do.
Just wait. Just wait. Yeah. And then you need a belt that goes over your longest layer one. Then,
and your chunky necklace.
Yes.
Don't forget your chunky necklace.
Yep. And your little purse made out of denim with only one pocket for whatever reason. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's a thing that's already returning. And they're like the youngins are real into Y2K right now. Like really into Y2K.
Great.
Across the board in like a lot of different ways. Like you know what else is having research right now? Huh?
Can we leave the low-rise jeans in the past though?
Oh, they already are back. It's dumb. But they're mostly going for the big baggy ones. That's mostly
okay, because like the ones that were so low. Oof,
yeah. But
that's where all of my body conscious stuff comes from.
Oh, for sure. We were real messed up because of Y2K. What was I going to say? Oh, they're already bringing back CD Walkmans. That's already a huge thing amongst the youth. Is to have CD players again. Yeah.
To have to change out the CDs and stuff?
Yeah. No, straight up CDs.
Wow.
No, well,
Interesting. Yeah.
I know. It's we're doing it, and you
Hmm.
know what else is really big again? Monster as a fashion item. That's also big
Well, like
amongst the teens.
Labubu and that kind of
No,
stuff
no, no,
now,
no, no.
or
Monster the energy
Monster.
drink as
Oh,
a fashion item. Do you remember how that
mm,
was a big deal? You would
it
wear the
was a whole
tab,
personality.
you would have
Yep.
like a monster hoodie. Yeah, that is a thing. Again,
They
that's not a
saw the
prediction. It's already
opportunity.
happening. If you don't have teenagers, you don't know, but it's a thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought the
no.
cycles took a little bit longer to come back around like that, but
I mean, it's been a long time.
I
It's
mean,
been
I know, but I just thought we'd hit
25,
like, I
26
don't,
years.
when did the 80s get its recurrence?
20, about 20 years after.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh man, I
that was
missed the
us.
80s recurrence. Well, I thought we did 70s with like the big flare jeans and stuff.
We didn't really.
Oh, we did. Of course, my side of the country is a little bit behind on your side of the country.
True.
Your side of the country had to set the trend and it had to wave its way over to where I was. So,
Yeah, we always get
yeah.
the stuff first.
Yeah.
Also, though, during that time, I was like a punk scene kid. So
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did miss the 80s because I wasn't the punk kid. I was the one singing Glinda's songs every time I got when
yeah,
Wicked came out.
I was
Yeah.
the punk kid.
No, I
So
was the one with blonde hair with caramel highlights on and a straightener every morning. That was me. Not anymore, obviously.
yeah,
Can't say anybody wants to look at my,
I
red and teal hair, pixie cut.
what you appreciate in high school. I decided that my hair inspiration would exclusively come from Mary Kate and Ashley. So when they had this TV
Right.
show, the
Yes.
whatever, they used to curl their hair and then straighten the bottom, and I
You're
did that
talking
all the time.
about So Little Time.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was two of a kind.
I did that. Yeah, I did all of the time. I did
Yeah.
that, and I liked. I still liked it. I would still rock that.
Hmm.
I thought it was really cool. My
Yeah.
hair's a little longer than was now, and it's not blonde, but yeah. So,
Yeah. I had a crimper for a minute.
oh, I love me a crimper. I'd still
Yeah.
crimp. I think
Right?
crimping is fun.
I remember scrunching your hair when it was really wet and just using too much mousse and scrunching it up.
Remember bump its? I hope
I
those are
never
back.
got a bump it. Yeah.
No, but
I
like that
tried to,
poof though, that was
they're
fun.
back. I know they're back. I've
Yeah.
been seeing people, yeah. Yeah.
No,
That big
they're
bump,
bad.
we don't need
They're
them.
very
We don't
bad.
need them.
Mm-mm. Oh man,
No.
did I pump up my hair like that though? I was
Yeah. I
so into
tried, but I
making
never
the
got it
poof
there.
occur. I have so much volume in my hair. It's ridiculous, but
Yeah. I had like
anyway,
a little, it was more like a mound than a bump.
yeah. Okay, other ones I have, they're slightly more serious. I do believe that at least one state is going to pass universal health care
Yeah, I love that idea.
this year. At least one. I think multiple are, but at least one is going to, from my predictions. I think AI is going to hit Wall Street and fuck some stuff up
I agree with
this
that
year,
one.
like really significantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else I got? Oh, travel is going to be really heavily prioritized because people want to do escapism from their own places. Because this is, by the way, not just a U.S. thing. The Brits are having a bad time. Australia's having a bad
Yeah.
time. A lot
Japan.
of Europe's having a bad time. Like we're all having bad times, but we all want to like escapism from our individual bad times. So I think actually there's going to be a huge push towards travel in a way that we don't expect.
Yeah. I also think because I deal a lot with, I have airline loyalty, which I'm second guessing. But I think the airlines are going to be suffering a lot because people are going to be out in flux, not only just with flight volume, but with what their offerings are. I think some airlines are going to find that like people abandon them and they have to like, one example is an airline recently, and it's not the first one to do it, just took away the ability to like earn points if you book economy. So you have to book higher than economy to even get points. Two airlines are doing this now. And it's like, one of my predictions, and I think this again started last year and is really going to amp up this year. It goes two ways. There's going to be a bunch of communities that really form together, like union stuff, or like communities that are that have demographics in common, right? They're really going to come together. They're going to form a voice. They're going to make big impacts, and it's going to be because there's such volume to them that they will be heard more. And also that whole survival mode of like, I need what I need kind of stuff, like hyper individuality, I guess you might want to call it. I don't know the right word for it. It's just like a toxic selfishness. I think is going to be the other side of that coin. People who find community or want community will find it, and people who have not done the work to love themselves and like, whatever, and find their community are going to rebel against it instead.
Yeah.
And so kind of like the incel movement, it's going to be like the I don't need anybody else kind of movement. And we're going to see an issue with that pop up.
Yeah, I agree. I love that you brought airlines, because that was actually another one that I had written down a while ago, is that I do think we're going to have like some forced airline reform.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like by the government. I think it's going to be by like the people. Like
Exactly.
There's a new airline, starts with a B, and it's going so well. They leave early 90% of the time.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're really cool. Oh gosh, what's it called? Let us know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about.
No, I'll switch to them immediately if they're flying out of my airport.
Yeah. They're still like growing, but they're awesome. Like they're getting phenomenal reviews.
Well, yeah, I think across the board, we're going to see things done, like same stuff done new and better and focused on people again. That's going to take these crotchety old established institution kind of companies and really either make them work or make them fail.
Yeah, I think with that, on that note, I do think that a lot of, like, obviously there's so many things that we should be boycotting and things right now. And I think honestly what's happening is people are going to naturally start doing that. One, either to like save money, or because things, unless it makes them feel something other than just an immediate dopamine, whatever, they're not interested in it. And I think that's going to just naturally start to really happen with a lot of people. Not everybody, okay? Yeah. We're still in capitalism's death throes. But I do think we're going to start seeing like a pull to those community things too. Like, oh, well, I didn't have health insurance, but I joined this like group of doctors that don't only do out of pocket and they keep it limited or whatever. Like, I think we're going to see a lot of things like that happening.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I like.
Yeah. It seems like I think we talked about this last year too, but it's like a loophole to all the government shenanigans, just being like, well, then we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to support ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say California's doing some really cool things. Like a bunch of the new laws in California that went through this month are awesome. And I'm like really, really proud of my state. Like I'm really proud of
Virginia's working on it with our new governor's plans and stuff. I haven't gotten to see all the details and stuff because I have to wait until January until we get to actually see what's going on. But it sounds like an improvement.
Yeah, we got some really cool. We've done some really, really cool stuff in California. And I'm like really proud of us. Really proud of us. And, of course, everyone's like, but what about all these other things we could do? Yes, but we have to take steps. And these are serious steps. And, like, if you look them up, there's like 18 new laws that just like went into effect this month, basically. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
So
it feels, you know what? The story that feels really appropriate for 2026 is the ant and the grasshopper.
Yeah, that's valid.
Right? Where the people realize we don't need to be afraid of you anymore or live under the rules that you put on us. We're just going to work around that and show you that we're bigger than you are by our community.
It's a bug's life, guys.
It's a bug's life. If you've seen a bug's life, similar to that. But also, yeah, the whole idea of that. Huh? Yeah.
I hate grasshoppers. They're my bug.
I do too.
Krista knows they're my bug. I like can't.
I hate them for a different reason. They're not my bug like in the wild. I had to eat them before and
nope,
not
I won't.
my friend.
I refuse. I would vomit. I can't see them.
There's a video. There's a video. It's Dan's favorite video because my face does things in the video because it was a delicacy where I was at the time.
Yeah.
So I had to put on a good face and I failed. So
I won't. I don't care. I'm allergic to grasshopper as far as I care. It's not happening. Oh, I'm sorry. That'll make me
I was told they'd be chocolate covered and then they weren't. Yeah.
Hard pass. Nope.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I'm going to do my one serious one.
Okay.
That I'm going to share here. I'm going to share other ones on my Patreon and stuff that are, again, the consent thing. But this is my one more serious one. So just warning, we're going to talk about gun control. So if anyone has feelings, skip 5 minutes.
Trigger warning.
I know I didn't want to say that because of that exact thing, but like trigger warning.
Sorry.
Really. I think there's going to be a gun-based incident against a powerful politician, somebody on the MAGA side. I think it might have to do with potentially one of their children, which I really, really, really hate. I really, really, really hate that. But it's the only thing that we're going to get. It's the only way gun control is going to happen. So something happens to the people that think they're in untouchable with that causes them to be like, I can't believe this, and it actually causes gun control to move forward. So,
Yeah.
real shitty.
I mean,
I hate that. I don't
yeah.
want anyone to be a victim of gun violence, which is why
Yeah.
I want gun control.
Yeah.
But
But
that's what I think is going to happen.
yeah, seeing the patterns lately of exactly that, I think that's what has to for the mindset to shift. And I hate that. I don't want it.
No.
For the record, do not take me out of context. I do not want it to be that
No,
way.
I don't
I
either.
think there is an easier way. But yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to be later in the year. Also, just as far as vibes go, the first half of the year is going to be a lot of us just figuring shit out. And that's going to be interesting. And I think it's going to get a lot of ahas. I think we're going to see a lot of like, new thinking, new ideas, whatever. The second half of the year, though, is where like physical stuff happens when I look at the energy of it.
So here's what I'm excited about. The Aries ingress, one of the fun things that we get into in world astrology, according to ancient astrologers, is the rising sign of the chart for the moment that the sun moves into Aries, the Aries ingress, lets you know how many of the seasonal charts that year you should pay attention to and how variable the year will be. And for the last couple of years, it's been a fixed sign, which means one chart, one thread throughout the entire year, right? And we've seen that, right? But this year, we have a mutable sign rising, which means we get to look at the Aries ingress and the Libra ingress. If it were a cardinal sign, we would look at all 4 seasons, and it would be a very variable year. But this year, to your point, we spend this would be from Aries ingress, so March until the Libra ingress, 6 months later. We spend in one thread, and then it does shift, and it shifts into like an Aries rising chart. So bringing things into tangible and physical is supported by that as well. Just a little heads up there. Mars isn't great, but it's okay.
Mars is never great.
Mars is yeah.
Mars is great sometimes.
Well, Mars is great in actually no, Mars is still in Pisces. Never mind. Mars is great in my solar return chart this year. I was like, Mars is in Aries. What am I talking about?
Nowhere.
No.
It's actually not.
I mean,
good.
he's not bad there either. But my solar return has Mars in Aries, and Mars is my Time Lord next year. I know they're mocking me because I'm just like, that's got to be better than average, right? But yeah, we'll find out. Just
I have no idea
don't
what my
want
solar
another
return
one of
chart
these.
Yeah. I don't know what my solar return chart is for next year. It'll be
I do.
my
Well, I will. I can study it.
10th house year.
You are currently in your 10th house year, I believe.
Okay,
You'll be
so
in your
11th
11th.
house year. Okay, cool.
I'll be in a first, finally out of the 12th. I'll be in my first house year. A whole new person. Yay. Because of everything this year.
Anyway, I'm excited for some of the new stuff that we will do this next year. I'm excited for some of the new stuff that I'm doing next year. I'm excited for La Custa to come out.
I'm so excited for La Custa to come out.
And how that's going to change everything. La Custa, if you guys don't know, if you've missed a couple episodes, I have signed a beautiful book deal with Hay House, which is a branch of Penguin Random House, and they are publishing La Custa, my historical fiction, fantasy romantasy about a woman poisoner in ancient Rome. Her name's La Custa. She's amazing. It's sapphic. It's fun. It's Rome, very, very deep in Rome without all of the gladiators and emperors taking up the whole picture. I'm really, really excited for you to read it. I'm working on edits right now, and it's really fun to go through something and be like really proud of it, even when you're in an editing space. So I'm really proud of it. I'm excited for you guys to read it. It's a 2-book deal. It will be a duology. If you want all the updates, you can go to my website and sign up for my La Custa VIP list. Also,
And one final,
I was
going to say one thing, speaking of the astrology of 2026, if you want to be able to track that and go internal with it, like we're saying, to do your individual stuff, let's talk again about the Honeycomb Almanac. Hang on. I'm not even trying to beat a dead horse here. It's not a dead horse. It is galloping. I am so excited.
On the front, right there.
I know, right? And you can look in this and find out what your perfection is going to be next year, because it's in here. The solar return is, the perfections, all of it.
Yep. I can
So
make him a
yeah,
birthday right now.
exactly. And so I highly recommend this. There are several
Water
ways that you
faces on
can.
my birthday. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll have to look at that too.
No,
But
I know. I just looked
it's
at it and I was like, everything is just like. So here's look. You guys
it's the
can see.
day.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Here is the normal thing. This is how it looks on your month to month. So
Yep.
it's like a little block for each thing.
You have two
My
columns on your
birthday's over
birthday.
here,
But
and
the
it's
good news is none of them are highlighted, are they? Are some of them highlighted yellow?
yeah. Some of them are blue. Yeah,
Okay, okay, well that's yellow and
an
blue
experience.
are stuff for you. Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, oh, that's a lot. Anyway, you get to see that. You can actually look
Yeah.
and like see your transits because this is custom made for you in your chart.
Yeah.
Like literally custom made. And it has these like cute little drawings. We keep talking about it because we really like it. It's not
We
just
do.
like this is one of those things where like yes, it's sponsorship, but we only get sponsored by like products we like really like look at that cute little Sagittarius. Like we only do products we really, really, really love and believe in. And we really love and believe in this. And so yeah, honeycomb.co.
Yeah. And it's just so nice to have like the quick reference, like, oh yeah, what is my soul return chart? Instead of if you're like me and you have like tasks issues, it's like clicking through a bunch of stuff to pull up my chart over there. I can just open it up here and look at it. And
It
it's
is
really
wild
nice.
to hold 2026 in your hand.
Uh-huh.
Like your
All of
personal
it.
2026.
So much
is
detail.
right here. Like this
Yes.
is my 2026 in my hand. And that's really cool.
Yeah. And
I'm using it
2026
just
in
as a
general.
journal. Yeah.
Yep.
I was just going to say, I'm using it as a journal. So when something happens, I can write down what day it happened on and like the time it happened. And then I can take it to Krista and be like, hey, Krista, this is what it says. Could you
Yep.
like help me with that and like walk me
Yes.
through it in here? So I'm using it as
And
like
I'll
an
be
astrology
so
learning
stoked.
tool
Yes.
/ journal. So I have a record of everything that happens in 2026 and the timing of that. And we got some cool stuff going on in 2026. Really, really do. On that note, if you want to join us for adventures in 2026, we got some space still available on our trips. So we go to Peru in March if you really want to hop on into something real fast like Peru in March. Then we have Greece, which is going to be so cool. I'm already feeling that energy. It's going to be so
Oh my
cool in
gosh, I'm
Greece.
ready for it too.
I can't wait. Everyone who travels with us to Greece, we always like basically channel in and pick a deity for you to work with of the Grecian pantheon, and so they guide you the whole time. It's really cool. And then we're going to do Germany castle tours, and if you've ever wanted fairy tales to heal your soul, we're going to play pretend. We're going to have energy. We're going to tap into
Yeah.
the ghosts there. We're going to tap into the history. We're going to tap into the lessons. If you have past life connections at all to any castle ever, even if it's not the ones in Germany, you're going to be able to access those on that Germany adventure. So all of those are also available. So you should come with us and adventure with us because we're going to have a lot of fun.
Agreed.
I'm really
It's gonna,
excited for
I can't
2026
wait.
travel.
Yeah, I can't wait for the wardrobe for that one too, because it's gonna be like the perfect. Yeah. I was looking at because it's gonna be like October and stuff, and I'm hoping that there will be some opportunities. I know it's not the Christmas markets, but like
It'll
the
be
thing that we.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I know,
be,
but
like,
there's a
yeah.
Christmas decoration that I had growing up where you put the candles in it, and the heat of the candles like makes these wooden
Yeah,
propellers move and stuff. And I'm hoping I can find one of those there.
Oh, I'm sure
nice.
you can. They have Christmas market. Like when I was in Germany,
Yeah.
we were not anywhere near. We were in spring, and you could find those.
Got it. Cool. Then that's my mission.
So yeah, amazing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being a part of the podcast this year. It has been another amazing year of getting to connect with you all. The podcast has grown. We appreciate you guys for that. And if you could continue to, like the episode, download the episode, share it with everybody you've ever known, comment on YouTube, comment on Spotify. It like really, really does help our reach. And we actually did get awards for a marathon podcast from Spotify Wrapped. So we are in the top 5% or whatever of marathon
It was something,
podcasts.
yeah, it was a
It was
small
like a big
percentage,
award.
and you guys did that. So wow.
And you guys did. So thank you so much. Like we really, really appreciate that. And we appreciate all the listenership and are just really grateful for you stepping into the new year. And we will be there with you in 2026, the whole time.
Yes. We'll be
I
there.
don't think we've missed a week yet of the podcast. We've been doing this since 21. So that's a long time.
Because you make it awesome, and we care about you guys, and we love doing this. So it's very
so much
just
fun.
awesome. So good.
Yeah. It's so much fun. I don't even know how many episodes we have at this point. Probably over 200. I don't even know.
I don't know. We don't do the
and
whole
that's really
celebrating landmarks here because we don't keep
We
track.
celebrate landmarks, just not those landmarks.
Correct.
We like celebrating, but we don't pay attention.
We celebrate when someone reminds us to celebrate it. Yeah.
We celebrate you all. You're celebrated. Anyway, I hope you guys have a magical, magical new year. We will. I will be
Agreed.
doing my confetti ritual as per usual. And Yeah. Shall we?
I'll be doing a New Year's Eve
Guest
video
stream.
gaming and real magic with the astrology of 2026 stream at 6 p.m. East Coast time on Twitch that day, if anybody wants to
Go.
join.
That'll be really cool. That'll be
Yeah,
really cool.
we're going to have a good time.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We hope that you take all of this energy and that you 1, 2, 3 go make
Go
some
make some magic. Yay. Oh.
Hey, Krista, have you figured out what planner you're going to use for 2026 yet?
Actually, yes, I have done a lot of research on this and I've settled on the planner that's actually developed by someone I studied with at a Demetra George retreat. It's called the Honeycomb Almanac.
That's amazing. Honeycomb almanacs are the only astrology planners that give you planetary movement data in any time zone you want and starting from any month of the year. And that's what's really special. You're able to customize your almanac with your own natal chart included. So your unique natal transits are printed right alongside the collective transits. That way you can actually find out which parts of the year are going to impact your specific chart.
Honeycomb is actually one of the only almanacs and calendars that are not mass produced. Instead, each of them is actually made to order in whichever one of their partner print facilities is closest to you. So they work with printers in the US, the UK, the EU, and Australia with free shipping to the US and affordable options in other locations worldwide.
Which is so wonderful. And if you're not a paper planner person, which I love my paper planners, I write things in many different colors. I am a highlighter type of person. It comes with me everywhere. But if you're not, totally reasonable. They also offer personalized digital PDFs starting at just $10.
This is your astrology and everything where you can write in your magic in between the lines and do so many amazing timing techniques, secondary progressions, zodiacal releasing, anything you can think of. They don't specifically go with just one type of astrology, but there is some Hellenistic technique in there that I just adore.
It's really cool because these almanacs are also really, really good for beginners, dabblers, such as myself, all the way up to you, who is a professional astrologer. So no matter what level you're at, if you really want to get more intentional with your year, you want to head over to honeycomb.co.
Enjoy.